Brett, congratulations on becoming Worcestershire's new club captain. How proud do you feel?
Yeah, obviously extremely proud to be given this opportunity to captain this great club, and I'm looking forward to this season.
Given your family's magnificent history with this club, what does it mean to you to be the first Oliveira to be the official club captain?
Yeah, look, it's always nice to get one up on my dad and my granddad, so I'll take that one. And yeah, like I said, just extremely proud and really looking forward to getting going with the boys.
And you're the first Worcestershire captain to actually be born in the city as well.
Oh, right, I didn't know that, but thanks for telling me that.
How and when did you find out?
So it got sounded out with Alex a couple of weeks back, and we sort of went through a couple of back and forth, and then got the call from Paul Pridgeon and went from there, and I grabbed it with both hands.
I guess it was a proud day for your family as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an extremely tough couple of days, trying not to tell everybody and not trying to give too much away, but yeah, as long as I make my family proud, that's all that matters.
Just what does this club and its history mean to you, and what does it mean to you now to have your name on that captain's board?
Yeah, well, I said to you the other day, you've only got to look up there and see the names that you're amongst, and there's some great names up there. So extremely proud to be up there with those guys, and there's a couple on there that I'll hopefully be calling in the future to try and get some advice from.
I would say, there's people like Don Kenyon, Norman Gifford, Phil Neal, Tim Curtis, Vikram Solanki, Moeen Ali. They've all won trophies. Great list to join.
Yeah, extremely honoured to be honest to be joining that list. It almost feels like I don't deserve to be on that list, but like I said, there's some great names on there and some close friends actually. So, like I said, I'll be calling on them for some advice in the future. Cap's
a great period for you because you've also just signed a new 3-year contract as well.
Yeah, it's been a great couple of weeks, if I'm honest. Pretty emotional couple of weeks. Like I said, very, very proud, and as we look forward to the season, I can't wait to get going.
7 of the lads now have signed new deals at Worcestershire since the end of last season. How excited are you about what the future holds for this club? Yeah, exactly. Just really excited because we've got that core group of players that have signed those new contracts, and it's really important when we look forward and when we push forward for the games coming up that we've got that core group of players to take the youngsters through with a bit of experience and hopefully get those wins. Have you any specific goals you would like to achieve as club captain? There is always little goals, but I think just to leave the place in a better way than I've picked it up, and that's not to say it's in a bad place at all. I think credit goes to Joe Leach for the previous 5 or 6 years or however long he's done it. I think he's left it in a great place, and I'm really excited for Joe actually that he's got a chance to go back and enjoy his cricket and bit more stress-free, and he can go out there and give it a whack and bowl his overs. How beneficial will it be for you the fact that you've actually captained the club before? You had a spell in the county championship when Joe was injured, and you did 2 spells in T20 as well. Yeah, obviously extremely important. I think I mentioned to you before that I've done some captaincy at underage group stuff, and I always enjoyed it when I've done it. Yes, there's more to manage and there's more players to speak to. That's just part and parcel of the job, and there'll be some difficult conversations, but all in all, it's I'm just extremely proud to be leading those guys. You've also got a good group of senior players you can liaise with. Yeah, absolutely. There's a great core group, like we mentioned earlier. You've got Joe Leach and Jake Libby and Ben Cox, Ed Barnard, all these guys that I'll be pulling on and calling on in the future to help me give some advice and pass messages on to the players and really lead that group from the front. Obviously as well, there have been people like Vikram Solanki, Moeen Ali. How helpful can they be as well? Yeah, absolutely. And in the build up to this, I spoke to Moeen a lot about captaincy, and he's had nothing but good things to say about being a captain, and he's a real inspiration for me. And also Vikram, a real close family friend who I speak to quite regularly. So as I said, in the future, if I'm struggling or I need some advice, they'll definitely be the point of calls I go to. Take us back to your first memories of New Road when you used to be a young lad running around here hiding in the cricket coffins. Just tell us about that. Yeah, obviously really, really fond memories. It's home away from home really, and one of the ultimate stories that sticks out in my head is running through that first team dressing room with Graham Hickey in there sat down, and then Chris Gale picking me up above his head, and all that sort of stuff. So there's great memories, and I hope I can leave those sort of memories for other guys and other children coming through. Did you have any boyhood dreams of captaining and playing for Worcestershire even in those days? Yeah, absolutely. Every time I was here, I wanted to play for Worcester, always have done. And to, like I said, to be captain of this great club is, I'm extremely privileged. Who have been the biggest influences on your career and why? Yeah, I think notably it's probably my dad. Massive influence on my career and where he took me and where he got me to. Just giving me that freedom to go and play and enjoy it has been, a real blessing for me. And then looking forward to the guys, Moeen's always been someone that I've looked up to. Bats and bowl spin is someone that I've really enjoyed. And then obviously Vikram.
you know, when I joined, when I came to the club, he was club captain, and you know, a real idol of mine. I used to love watching him bat, and the way he carried himself off the field was a real pleasure to watch.
Alex Kidman, our head coach, believes you're entering the peak period of your career. Is that what you feel yourself as well?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I really hope so. I think, you know, one thing I can guarantee is that I'll give everything that I've got, and hopefully over these next few years that, you know, those career stats and those stats each year keep getting better and better, and that's, you know, that's all I can promise.
Looking back at last year, you seem to enjoy that extra responsibility in the red ball cricket with the ball. I mean, you sort of really complimented the four seamers. Yeah,
absolutely. I think credit goes to Joe Leach on that, and Alex and Alan. They, you know, gave me that opportunity at the start of the season, sat me down and said that I'd be playing more of a role with the ball, which I was, you know, thrilled about, and had that opportunity to bowl some more overs, which, you know, thankfully I managed to give the seamers a bit of a break, and when you do that, they come back a bit fresher and they come back a bit harder, and it makes it more challenging for the batters.
In T20 cricket as well, you had a new role, you opened the innings. That seemed to suit your style of play.
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. It was something that came about through Moen and Alex, and Mo really backed me, which I was grateful for, and you know, gave me a lot of confidence going into that competition. So yeah, really pleased that it went well, but it's about, you know, replicating that for a couple of years or 3 years now.
Seems hard to believe that it's 10 years now since you made your first team debut. I mean, what do you remember about those days?
I remember Philip Hughes getting an unbelievable 100 actually at Edgbaston, and it was I walked out to bat, and I think the first ball went past my nose, and he just sort of calmed me down and told me to crack on. And you know, I just remember watching from the other end and just being in awe of the way he played. And you know, there's some real talented guys in that team. I think I made my debut with Joe Leach and Chris Russell, so you know, it's real nice to look back on those memories now.
There's been a lot of team highlights, several promotions, 2 T20 finals days, 50 over semi-finals. Have you got any personal highlights that are special to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one thing I can't take away is that T20 finals day where we won it. I think that will always be, you know, a standout memory for me. And I think when I look back at this moment in time, I think taking the reins as captain, this will be a standout moment, and also representing England Lions was a huge thing for me as well. I
know a lot of members recall that double century you got against Glamorgan as well.
Yeah, obviously that was you know, a big day for me as well, just to get a double 100 at the Swalek, and in that game, which was a tricky period actually. So I was really pleased to go on and get that.
You seem to enjoy playing against Glamorgan, don't you? You got another 100 and 9 wickets in the game as well.
Yeah, I know. I think, you know, course of a career you have those teams where you tend to do a little bit better against, and unfortunately or fortunately, you know, Glamorgan's that team.
You were a leg spinner who batted a bit, then you became a middle order batsman who bowled a bit, then you opened the innings. You've been through a lot of different roles in your career. Which ones do you enjoy the most?
I think where I'm at now, I think batting middle order and being an option with the ball, and hopefully leading in the field with the way I field and stuff like that is what I feel I'm best at. Obviously did okay opening the batting, but I never felt that it was at home, and Kevin Sharp always said to me it was sort of a way to get into the team, and then you sort of find your own way, and I feel like I'm getting to that point now.
Well, Brett, many congratulations and all the best for the future.
Thank you very much.